we are back with a revised episode video because I deleted the other one the other night. By mistake. Hate that too. It was feel like it was one of my best videos that I've done on the channel. But maybe this one will be too. Kicking it all off, we've got the one that started it all, airing on August 28th, 1993, Day of the Dumpster. Shot 3 times, with the last one being the best. We got introduced to our lovely multicolored heroes here in this episode, and oh my gosh, was it awesome. If we'd all known back then what we were in for today, I don't know. Next we have the Green Ranger arc. I prefer Tommy's green. Yeah. I mean, why not? He was evil as the Green Ranger. It was fun. But, when he became the white, and that was in the other video, I accidentally deleted it, like I said. I thought that was kind of weird. How, like, he was going to be written off. He was going to go to VR Troopers. We were never going to see Tommy again on Power Rangers. People got to writing, and they were like, well, we need Tommy back. We need Tommy back. So, finally, they gave in, and they're like, okay, well, let's bring him back. And that's when he became the White Ranger. But, next, we have Putty on the Brain. This episode was about Zach, I think. Yeah, it was. And he thought he saw putties everywhere. I thought it was really, really weird. But, I think it's in the second, it hasn't been the first or the second season before the power transfer with this episode. I'm not sure. I know season Mighty Morphin is up right now. All 3 parts, all 3 seasons. And the Alien Rangers, I need to go back and brush up on that because, like I said in the series video, I don't remember a thing about the Alien Rangers. Next, we've got the wedding. I'm waiting for my co-host to get back in here before I talk about the power transfer. But, we have the wedding next where Rita and Lord Zed tied the knot. What a wedding, what a wedding, what a wedding. That wedding was bonkers. It was crazy. It was crazy. Next we have Ninja Quest. This is where they get the powers of the Ninjetti. Now, in the movie, and this is where I got the idea for the Power Diaries for Dulcia and Ninja to be a couple. Because in the movie, in the 95 movie, they get the powers from Dulcia. Well, in the TV series, they get them from Ninjor. Now, that's why I paired Ninjor and Dulcia as a couple when Dulcia was first introduced, but for that very reason. And I know people are going to be like, how in the world could she be in love with Ninjor? Well, that's not really explained, ever. So it's like, what? But it was 4 parts. Adam didn't quite have the reaction to the frog as he did in the movie when he says, I'm a frog. He didn't say that in the TV show. He had no comment whatsoever about him being a frog. Just in the movie, he looked like he was so disappointed. He was disappointed big time in that. Next, we have the power transfer. The one where Trini, Zach, and Jason left us. Well, Zach and Jason we would see again. But sadly, that was Trini's last appearance in the Power Rangers ever. Gosh. Like I said in the first video, I think if we'd known that was going to be her last one, we would have enjoyed our time with her a little bit more, but nobody knows when they're going to leave us all, so. Next we've got There's No Business Like Snow Business, a 3-parter Zeo. This is the infamous letter episode. Adam had to read the letter to Tommy, about Kimberly breaking it off. And there have been fan theories coming out the wazoo about this. There was one that said that he was, that she went off to go be with Jason. She realized she loved Jason and she wanted to go be with him. Then somebody said she realized she was going to go be with Skull. And I'm like, well, Skull was on there up until in space, so we know she didn't go be with him. She just left Tommy to leave Tommy. Next we have another song and dance. This episode is funny. Oh, it's funny. It's where Tommy and Tanya have to sing the whole episode, almost the whole episode. It's hilarious. I like the singing where Adam's like, I feel like I'm in a rock opera. That was funny. Next we have Passing the Torch from Turbo, a 2-parter episode where we say goodbye to Tommy, Kat, Tanya, and Adam, and say hello to TJ, Cassie, Carlos, Ashley, and Justin as the Turbo Team 2. I made a video on this episode, I think, but I, for some oddball reason, put it in here, even though I didn't put the other ones in here that I made videos on. Just because it's one of my favorites, for that reason. Next we have Chase into Space, the 2-part season finale to Turbo. Man, this was a good episode. I had forgot it though, because I was like really little then. But Turbo was like one of my favorite seasons, so when I binge watched the second half of Turbo over the summer, it was like, okay, now I finally remember it all. But next we have From Out of Nowhere, part 1 and 2. This was a 2-part season premiere to In Space. In Space is one of my favorite seasons of the show. Even though the whole me and Carlos situation, that was a case of, I guess, taking your life back to a simpler time and realizing, I don't know. It's hard to explain. But next we've got the Brilliant Sting. This episode, oh my gosh, the stories I could tell on it. My grandma, who's no longer here, watched it with us that day, and she's like, when TJ hit Carlos with the antidote, she's like, "Thank you, TJ, because I didn't want great grand bugs." And I'm sitting there looking at her like, "Grandma, me and Carlos are never gonna happen in real life. He was 18 and I was 5. Come on, I mean, it wasn't gonna happen. It wasn't gonna go anywhere." Next we have TJ's identity crisis. This is a good episode. This is a really good episode. I hated that he couldn't remember anybody for a while though, and he was trying to figure out who he was. But either way, it was a really good episode. Next we have Countdown to Destruction, which is meant to be the series finale to Power Rangers. The second time, because Doomsday, which was in the original video, was supposed to be the series finale. Then this one. Then the end of the Power Rangers. Then Jungle Fury. But they decided to keep going. Next we have Protect the Quasar Saber from Lost Galaxy. This is the one where Corone became the Pink Ranger. And it's one of my favorite episodes because when she sees Kendrix's ghost, and she almost gets started off the cliff, and then Kendrix's ghost comes up and she's like, I want you to take my place. I want you to be with my team. I want you to do this. And Corone's like, so Corone grabs this Quasar Saber and she morphs into Lost Galaxy Pink. I was like, this is such a good redemption story arc for Corone, because at the same time, she was redeeming herself from Instromina. She didn't want to be evil anymore. She wanted to be good, which is the odd part, because she said in the episode, in Space episode where her and Ashley switched bodies, that she didn't want to be a Power Ranger anyway. Well, in this episode here, she becomes a Power Ranger, and then in the Super Mega Force Legendary Battle, which I'm going to make a video on soon, she says, I enjoyed being a Power Ranger. I thought that was kind of weird. But next we have Circuit Unsure, a Time Force episode dedicated to Dewey Trang after her passing, because Time Force was going on when she died. And that I haven't watched this episode yet, but I saw the tribute tour, I think on YouTube. The next episode we have is The Lone Wolf from Wild Force. It's Merrick's debut arc. I like Merrick way better than I've ever liked Cole. Next we have Prelude to a Storm, Ninja Storm. Oh gosh, Ninja Storm hit me a different way the second time. When I watched it at the end of the summer, and realizing that Shane's no longer here, that we will never get to see him on screen as Shane Clark ever again, that was heartbreaking. But that episode was, it had its moments too where it was funny. My favorite part is the part where he's like, Shane Dustin's like, what is it? Oh, we're trying to morph, and he's like, Shane's like, Ninja Storm, Ranger, or something, and they're trying to figure it out, and Dustin's like, watch and learn. He's like, Ninja Storm, Ranger Form, ha! Like, they morph, and he's like, who's laughing at the comic book geek now? And that's when Tori and Shane morphed. Next we have Samurai's Journey, parts 1, 2, and 3. This is the one where Cam became the Green Ranger. I like the part where Dustin's like, how do you know my name? It's hilarious. But that was a good episode too. Next we have I Love Luthor. Oh my gosh. That's when Tori and Blake and Cam were fighting over Tori, and Hunter and Dustin and Shane were trying to run away from these mob of teenage girls. You thought they were the Jonas Brothers or the big boy band, and at the moment I think it was still Backstreet Boys, but I'm not sure. Next we have All About Beevil. This is the episode where Mara and Dustin became a thing. And she lied to him. She betrayed him. And he's like, not your fault. He's dumber than me. And Dustin's like, nobody makes a fool of me. He morphs. And Tori's standing there like, he trusted you. He believed in you. I'm thinking, Tori's going to kick her butt right about now. And then they all morphed and they took care of her. But the next one we have is Sensei Switcheroo. I thought this episode was really cute. When Shane and Sensei swap bodies and then Dustin and Sensei swap bodies. That was hilarious. Next, we have Shane's Karma. This episode is another one that hits a different way. Just that, to me, not only is it one of the best episodes of Ninja Storm, if not the best episode in Ninja Storm, it's one of the best episodes of this franchise. Because, and it's not due to the fact that Shane's not here anymore. And we don't know what was going on with him. We weren't in that house with him when he took his own life. We don't know what was going on through his mind or anything like that. We weren't there. Who are we to judge? But I believe his brother said that he had depression. And, people have depression. They do crazy things. Some of which we don't understand. Next we have Legacy of Power from Dino Thunder. This is the episode where Tommy gives Kira, Ethan, Connor. I don't think Trent's in this episode. The Legacy of the Power Rangers from Mighty Morphin to Dino Thunder. And I like this episode too. I watched it a couple weeks ago on YouTube. And I liked it. Next, we have Once a Ranger, the team up from Operation Overdrive. This was the only episode of Operation Overdrive worth mentioning. The rest of that season was a trash fest, but it was good otherwise. Next, we have Road to Corinth. RPM. I love this episode. I like the part. I like the part where Ziggy and Dylan are in the car, and Dylan's like, Ziggy's like, I'm not gonna get on your bad side. And Dylan's like, you're already there. And I like the part where Dylan's like, they're driving. Dylan's driving the car, and Ziggy's like, you mean this? He gets screwdriver. He says, you mean this? And he does something else. or something else he has. And he's like, please don't tell me you mean this. He takes the lollipop, pulls it off the thing, hands it to Dylan. Dylan takes the wrapper with his teeth, gets it off of there, and then he starts licking on it. I'm like, oh my Lord. And that was funny. Next we have Rain. This was the episode where Dylan joined the team. One of my favorite episodes to date. I like the I'm not sure if this is the one that's got the Jello battle or not. I think that might be Road to Black or Fade to Black, but it's got the Jello battle. Next we have Handshake. Oh, I love this episode. Is hilarious in some ways. This is the episode where Dylan's training, and he's like, Dr. K said, Operator Sherry's Black, you have 3 more minutes left on your training deal. He's like, bill me. So he goes over to the refrigerator and opens the refrigerator to get something to drink, and then this laser comes out, and he's like, you've got to be kidding me. So he goes over there, gets to the laser goes, vroom, throws poor Dylan up against his car. It's hilarious. Next we have, and that's certainly last but not least, Ranger Yellow. Now, I don't like summer. I've never liked summer. Well documented on this channel. Her, Sid, Cassie, and Kim are like the Mount Rushmore of useless Power Rangers, in my opinion. But this episode was good. And I'll tell you why. The way Dylan said that he didn't want Summer to marry that guy, I realized in that very moment, that I loved Dylan, that I was in love with Dylan. And now I know it's never going to happen. You know, I know Dylan's a fictional character. But there's nothing wrong. I was 16 at the time. Nothing wrong with a little crush. Nothing wrong. And I think he did love Summer. And she loves him too. Because she believed in him. And this is what I'm going to take up for her. But she believed in him when nobody else did. And with that being said, bye for now.